Hope you guys are ready for some coasters. I've got quite a few sitting here. Welcome to Drunk Crafts with Paige. I'm Paige, and the craft we are doing today is actually a part 2 to the previous video, which was me doing pours on wooden coasters. We did some of these circle ones that had Dutch pours on them. We did some square pours that I kind of dipped face down into the paint. And I mentioned in that video that I also had some other coasters with the same colors from my Northern Lights pour. And that's what these are. That's why I have so many coasters, because I have all of those I'd like to do. I did those in a circle, and also did some square ones as well. But I have all of those, but I have 8 of those. We have 8 from the video I did with you guys, in addition to 3 extra ones that I did with the same colors because I had leftover paint. Don't want to waste the paint. So we are gonna jump on into this. So my first step, I am planning on putting painter's tape around the bottom. When I did ceramic tiles, they were thicker. Ooh, geez, cat. They were thicker, so I was able to put the tape kind of around the border, and as the epoxy dripped down, it didn't like curl under the coasters. It followed the tape and went straight down. However, for these coasters are mighty thin. You know, if I did a border around these, or, you know, just tried to do the edge, it would pretty much cover the whole thing. So I think that's gonna be my plan. I'm just gonna put the tape right around the corner, and I apologize if you hear this cat running up and down the stairs. He's a dang lunatic. Anyway, I'm just gonna go around the edge, fully covering these sides with the painter's tape. And I think because when I peel it off, it's gonna not be covered in resin, I might paint it like a fancy color, like gold or silver or bronze or something fancy. Maybe I'll even try just like taping up the bottoms of it so we can see how easy it is to remove. It'll be a thin coat of resin. I don't plan on loading it up very thick. So maybe we'll do a variation of those and see what we get. So I'm gonna time lapse it for you. The taping is not a very interesting process, so we'll just speed on right through that. I have all of my edges taped up. I think all of the circle ones I went around the edge, and then for all of the square ones I just did, ooh, my angle's kind of weird, I just did the bottom to peel off. So we will compare and see how those two different methods work out. But next is really just the resin, which you guys have seen before, so we can speed through that again. But yeah, just plan on putting a little puddle on the top, spreading it out with a popsicle stick, and waiting for it to dry. So yeah, let's get on to that. we're back to regular speed video. Some things that I learned while pouring this resin. If you are doing coasters or some kind of like a smaller object, it's a good idea to like affix them to whatever they're balancing on. You could probably tell in the video, even sped up, that these coasters kind of like every time I tried to spread stuff around, they shifted. And I had a few that like got real close to falling off. I had some coasters actually held up by, ooh, I throw them around, the push pins pushed into the bottom, and sometimes, like for a couple of them, the push pins fell out of the bottom as I was spreading the resin around, which of course you can't like push the push pins back in once your surface is wet. So I had to balance them on cups. So balance them up higher was a good idea, and fixing them to whatever you're balancing them on is also a good idea. So now it has not been a full 24 hours, but while it's still just a little bit tacky, I would like to remove the tape around all of my coasters. I'm sure it wouldn't be a big deal if you waited until they were fully cured to remove the tape. For small surfaces like this, because it's not a thick layer. For thicker layers with a lot of resin, you want to do it while it's still kind of malleable, flexible, so it doesn't like peel off of your painting and it's easier for you to rip off. So taping the coasters up and then untaping them are the tedious points in this process. So once again, we're gonna go into fast forward mode as I take the tape off of all of these. So now the next step for all of my coasters, now that the tape has been removed from the sides for all the circle ones, and then from the bottom for all these square ones, my next step is to add the cork to the bottom. When you add a hot beverage to these coasters, it's probably going to be beneficial to have some cork to insulate between the wood and whatever surface you're setting it on. I also think they make them look like super like professional, I guess. I don't know, I like the way that it looks with the cork on the bottom. I guess you don't have to add the cork. I don't know, I think these wood ones would probably be sturdy enough for you to put a hot mug on, and especially with the resin now that's on there, that coat will be nice and strong. But however, the bottoms kind of all look messy, so I guess you could either choose to paint the bottom all nice and pretty, but I'm opting for the cork to give it nice insulation. I just ordered these from Amazon, made sure they were the same size as all of my coasters, which are, they're 4 inches on either side for the squares and 4 inches in diameter. So I got a nice pack of circles and squares that were all 4 inches, and they do have this adhesive. I could just peel the paper off and stick it right to these, but I don't trust self-adhesive items. I'd be afraid that after so many times putting it down or using the coaster that adhesive would kind of wear down and would fall apart. So I bought some of this E600 industrial strength glue. It's clear, and I got the one, what does it say on here? It's a precision tip. Yeah, it's got precision tips on it. So it's got this, if you can see, it's just got like a point to the end. and I plan on putting this around the edge of my coasters and probably in the middle just a little bit to help create a good, nice bond between my coaster and the cork. And hopefully these won't fall apart after a few uses. It's supposed to, I think it withstands up to like 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's super cool, and will help build my coasters nice and strong. So once again, we're gonna speed on through this portion because I guess a lot of these steps are just sort of tedious processes that aren't super difficult, but they do take a decent amount of time. So we are gonna slowly start working on gluing the circle and square. Here's the square cork. Gluing these down to the backs of the coasters. Here they all are, you guys. They're all resined up and shiny, and they've got the cork glued to the bottom. Wanted to bring them outside for you guys so you could see under the natural light how gorgeous they are. And I like to take some photos for my Instagram. Here are all the circle ones, and here are my 3 miscellaneous ones that I made with extra paint. So, I think they turned out so well. I have so many coasters now. I've got like, what, four sets of 4, and then some randos. So I've got copious amounts of coasters. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and also you can hit that notification bell to get notifications when I upload a new video. Also feel free to check out my Instagram. Like I mentioned, I take pictures of all the projects we do on here, and the name is also Drunk Crafts with Paige. Thank you all so much for watching. It means a lot, and I will see you all again for the next video.